to a dead guy's apartment? Sounds like an afternoon.
Blood! There's blood!
This just got super real.
Hang on. Get out of the building now.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Help me, someone!
Hi, I'm Jen from the Long Haul Trekkers, and this is our video review of the Arkel GT54 Touring Panniers. So I had to stop that streaming because that's not what I wanted, you guys. But what we're talking about is Travel Tip Tuesday, and I wanted to show this video, but it was not doing the right thing. So I was like, that's not what we want. So we're going to keep it moving because I like to be respectful at everyone's time. Hello, I am Janae, the Travel Vet. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Haven't done a Travel Tip Tuesday in quite a bit, but you know, when I do, it's going to be impactful to you, and it's going to be in reference to something that I have experienced myself, so that I can share with you exactly what you don't need to do, so that you don't have to waste time and money and have a traumatic experience while you're traveling, right? Okay, so I'm bringing up to the platform one of my colleagues, one of my business partners, my sisters in success, who is in the same industry, who I reached out to get some more information in reference to traveling with pets. We got pets, we have service dogs, we have emotional support dogs. That's what ESD means. And so I'm like, I'm not a pet owner per se. I love cats. But as we're relocating to a different country, I needed to bring my son's puppy, which is like a little small poodle, because my daughter, little Glow, who you guys may or may not know, was like, Mommy, I need you do the best for your children because you want them to be able to transition in the way where it's helpful for them, right? So I got to do what I got to do. So here comes the little pooch, traveling with the baby, traveling with the pooch, and eight, y'all, 8 bags, luggage wise. Woo, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Yes, yes, yes. But 8. So that was like a big deal, a big trip, one of the biggest I've experienced. I've only traveled with Gloria when she was little, like a baby, and another puppy at the same time, and I haven't done that since. That was an ordeal by itself. So I want to bring up and introduce to some, and maybe reintroduce to some of you, because some you may know her already. She's out of that Dallas, Texas area. She is my sister in success as well as my sister in arms. Yes. We do a lot on Clubhouse, and she does a lot in Dallas. So I would love to introduce to some and reintroduce to others, none other than the CEO of All One Travels, Miss Tina Adams. Hey, lovely.
Great evening, great evening.
How are you?
I am blessed by the best.
Ain't got time for no mess. Hey.
There you go. There you
Love
go.
it, love it, love it. So I brought Miss Tina on because some of the information she shared with me earlier was so pivotal. If you are pet owners and you want to chime in on this conversation, by all means, please do. Because like I said, when it comes to dogs and travel, I've never done it. I've never really done it. It's something new to me. So I, especially out of the country. Now, state to state, I got that. But internationally, first time. So let me make sure we're good to go and we can hear each other on this live. Mic check, mic check.
Hello, hello.
Yes. Let's see. I done lost the live somewhere, said and moved it. I don't know what it did. Okay, hold on. What is technology? Just technology. It's being a beast right now. Okay, let me go to my page. This is my page. Something went wrong with the connection. Oh, I don't know. It looks like it moved it somewhere. So I'm assuming that we are good to go. So the 7 of you guys, we're having streaming to your Facebook. This may be an issue. Facebook again, it's possible stream is ended or deleted. Oh my gosh! Please check your Facebook page. I don't know view on Facebook or just remove this destination from the broadcast and re-add it. Remove it and then add it. Okay, hold on. Let me fix something real quick, Miss Tina.
Okay.
I don't. Let me fix something, you guys. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. Okay, that worked. I think that worked. Save changes. Okay. No, remove. Save changes. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep it moving because I don't know what it's doing. But anyway, all right. So I hope that this does get to where it needs to get to who it needs to get to, right? So Miss Tina, when I texted you earlier, I was like, hey, what do you know about traveling with pets, right?
Right.
And you sent me some great information, but you also broke down the difference between an emotional support dog and a service dog. Can you go ahead and explain that to
Yeah. Okay. As of last year, there was some issues going on with emotional support dogs where it only is not does not have your complete privileges that a service animal does because they're not completely trained. They don't have all the training that a service animal would have because service animals tend to revolve around a whole lot of different arenas such as PTSD, seizures, epilepsy, things of those natures. Whereas an emotional support dog is actively strictly about the emotions. And if somebody's having a meltdown or something of that nature, maybe even PTSD, but those are some of the differences that a service animal would deal with versus a emotional support dog. And you can have an emotional support cat too. It's
Oh
so
my
it doesn't just
God.
revolve just on dogs,
Yeah.
but you mostly see dogs. So those are your pinpoints. I had a friend of mine, that's another sister vet, and she had an emotional support dog. But and then she started trying to travel as well, and she's like, "They're not letting my dog on the plane with." I'm like, "Why not?" So that's what got me started looking into a lot of this. And then one of my customers, she's like, "I have my baby that I make sure she rolls with me."
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, "Can you check this out for me now with this because of the COVID situation? It's a whole nother situation going on with that. Like you were talking about with the USDA type situation we were talking about earlier today. That
Right.
one was a whole nother ballpark.
Gambit. Yes, and we're going to get into that too. Miss Tina shared this website specifically. Remember when we told you when you're traveling for yourself, right? What
Mhm.
are the things that you need to do? You need to know before you go. So you need to know before you go, even for your animal. For example, the us.state.gov site, we always talk about travel when you're traveling for yourself to go there first so that you can know what the COVID entry requirements are,
Mm-hmm.
know exactly. They always usually have a link to the tourism department so that you can be well aware. They also have the risk level between 1, 2, 3, and 4 because they'll tell you about the crime and everything that's going on within that country as well. So it's a great site for travelers. But guess what? Miss Tina shared it's even a great site for your pets. Yes, right. So here I'm about to share with you guys the actual link to it. It's going to show at the bottom so we can make sure that everybody is tracking. That is the site right here. And let me share it with you guys so you can see what it will look like as well. Great information for you to know before you go when you're traveling with your pets. Can you see my screen, Miss Tina?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So as I scroll down, you see pets and international travel. It talks about the shipping of pets overseas from the United States, right? It talks about right here at the beginning for information on how to bring your pet into the United States, returning. So we got export and import, right? So when we're taking them out of the country, we're exporting them. So if you ever see export, know that that's what it means. You're taking them out. When you wanting to bring your pet into the United States from a different country, that's what we call import. And not to insult anyone intelligence, but I just want to play it and keep it Barney style for everyone so everyone can be on the same sheet of music. But we talk about shipping a pet, they give you the information. They talk about international pet travel on American carriers. And they talk about the different ways of transport, traveling with a service animal, the quarantine restrictions, if there's any, the U.S. airline pet policies, which are different, but again, they have American, Delta, and United on here, the microchip, the certifications. I mean, you guys didn't know it was all of this, right? Oh, neither did I. Neither did I. Okay. But again, I tell you, I love to share my experience from what I have experienced with individuals such as yourself who may not know and may have that opportunity that you want to take your pet with you, right? So this is one of the great sites that Miss Tina provided to us. So with COVID happening, things changing, we have to check for our adult humans, right? We have to
Right.
check for them what the requirements are when they're going to the country. So you guys want to know my story, a real short version. My daughter and I, like I said, was traveling to relocate to Costa Rica. On the way there, we left at 6 a.m. on Sunday, got there about noon, was going through customs, and I kid you not, we get through customs, got all the paperwork, got the little folder, got the vaccinations, all that in there, got the examination in there. I'm thinking like, "Whoo, we good." They said, "Pump the brakes. Where's your documentations?" I'm like, "What documentation? Where's your dog's documentation?" I'm like, "What documentation?" I'm like, "Here." They're like, "No." And the language barrier, kind of fluctuates and stuff like that. So I was like, just show me, see, so I can visualize it. So they bring this whole form out that I didn't even have. I was like, where did this come from? I checked the airlines. I went through the airline policy. I read up and down. I was trying to see, was there anything else I needed to know? I knew how much it would cost. Know that there is a difference in cost between if you're military and not military. There is a cost difference in the location and the destination you are going. The cost varies based off the airline you are going to. So those things you can get from the actual airline. Delta, United, or whatever one you're traveling to. They're going to give you what their cost is. You're going to see it whether or not there's a military different cost, and then you're going to see a destination cost difference based off the country. So those are the kind of things you need to know, like, well, how much money, and know that you need to pay that going for the
Mm-hmm.
pet and coming back. It's not a round trip. No, one way you pay, one way you pay back, right? So when you get there, you give documentation to the airline for what you have, which was, the shots and everything. And then you sign their paperwork, and everything's good. The pet can get
Mm-hmm.
on the plane. You pay your money and everything's good. The pet got their little ticket. Then when you get there, like I said, based off the destination, you got to have some papers. They need to have like a passport. They even have called it passport passport documentation. So I am going to share with you guys right now the the things that you're going to need when you are traveling with your pet. What the site you need to go to, because I had no clue that this site even existed. But it does, and it gives you everything you need to know. It gives you the links based off what type of animal you are carrying with you. So here we go. Let me share this screen with you. I hope you guys are taking some good notes. But even if you're not, guess what you can do? You can stop. We run. That's why I'm doing a Facebook Live. So here we go.
Yes.
All right. Can you see that, Miss Tina?
Yes.
The USDA, yo, the United States Department of Agriculture, specifically the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, did not have a clue what this was at all. Got there, I'm in customs going through, like kind of looking through this really quickly. But when I was there, I didn't realize what site that I went to. So I always tell people what Google is your friend, especially when you know
Yes.
what to look for. So I took a picture of the form based off of what they gave me. They showed me an example of someone else's. I took a picture of it and I typed that into Google, and this is what populated. So when I got here, it was like, okay, travel with a pet, take your pet from the US to a foreign country, bring your pet into the US from a foreign country, travel with a pet from state to state, the APHS veterinary service endorsement offices, helpful references, all of that. So I'm on the helpful references right there because I was really looking some more, because we have to, my the puppy has an appointment on Thursday morning to go to the veterinarian to first, because it says the first step, find a USDA accredited veterinarian. So we go there on Thursday morning, and it's a drop off process. It's not something you wait for. It's a process that the pet has to go through. They have a checklist and everything. So let me go right here where it
Wow.
says take your pet from the US to a foreign country. So I'm clicking on here. And this is the export. Like I said, you're going to see those words. And boom, first thing I see was effective July 14th. The CDC is temporarily suspending stopping dog imports from countries classified as high risk for rabies. The suspension includes U.S. origin pet dogs returning to the U.S. from any high risk rabies. So that stopped me in my tracks right then and there, because you know what I had to do, right? I had to go to this site. So when you click on this site, I'm not going to go there for you, but when you click on it, it's going to show you what they're talking about on the CDC page. It's also going to have a link where you can click the countries which are considered high risk. So understand that you can get your dog or your cat or whatever out of the country, and you can go through this whole entire checklist, but you need to make sure that because of this new alert, that the country you're going to is not a high risk rabies country, because you can get them there, but you might not can get them back into the country. Y'all didn't know it was this complicated, did you? Neither did I. It is like being a human, right, Miss Tina? And
Mm.
we're sending out our clients and everything to different countries. And oh, by the way, you get there and they want you to have a COVID vaccination card. Oh yes, people, it's real. You can go to Paris. Like we just was talking about this today earlier with another colleague of ours. She had a business partner of hers. She went to Paris. Paris stopped her in her tracks before getting to her to leaving the airport, because guess what? She had her PCR test, but they demanded that she show her vaccination card, even though on the website, on their tourism site, it does not say that you need to have a vaccination card for Paris. It just says you need to have a PCR. Now, this just happened. So things have been changing left and right. And the website might not have gotten updated yet, but the rules have already changed. So she had issues, but guess what? She had her vaccination card and she was able to go through it. So it is one of those things, again, like I said earlier, knowing and educating yourself, researching, even for your pets, because here you go. You take your pet from the United States, it tells you to choose your country of your destination. When you choose your destination, I am going to pick Costa Rica because that's going to be our destination. So you go and you click on the requirements, right? Can you still see my screen, Miss Tina?
Yes.
Okay. You go here and then it talks about, my internet may be a little slow. There we go. Save yourself time and money and a migraine. It's like system, SYSTEM. Save yourself time, energy, and migraine. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
got that from my coach and mentor, y'all. So you want to make sure, because listen, what happened was with my daughter and I, here's the backstory. We couldn't get into the country because of our pet. We wasn't going to leave her, right? Nor could she travel back. She's a little bitty thing, so that wasn't an option. So what happened was they put us on a flight a couple of hours later. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. On a different airline that was heading out. They wanted me to pay for all 8 bags again. We were flying business class, so that wasn't happening, but they couldn't give us business class on the next airline. So they was like, oh, our requirements are you're going to be in main cabin, so you got to pay. So I was cool throughout everything because I was literally I went into learning mode. I think that's what kept me sane and kept me straight and from panicking, because I was thinking to myself, man, if I'm going through this, somebody else who's going through this are going to have a hard time and they're going to be out of a lot of money. Right, Miss Tina? So
Mm-hmm.
I would not want anybody to go through what I went through. So I started going into learning mode and trying to figure things out as they was telling me and trying to take some notes at the same time, mental notes. And so I talked with the supervisor because again, this is why it's important. And I'm not gonna put our business out there, but it's important that you do get a travel advisor to help you. I'm just saying, because you don't pay them, but yet in our business, we need to know these particular things when it comes to that. So if you are dealing with a travel advisor and you have a pet, you want to definitely be like, hey, do you know all the rules and requirements there is for my pet, so that you won't come out of any additional money out of your pocket. So that's one of those things, save time and money and save yourself a headache and migraine down the way. But it gives you step by step what you need to know. It goes for pets, dogs,
Mm-hmm.
cats, rabbits, cat
Hands down.
others. And listen, y'all think this something. This is just on the regular side. They're on the airlines, they have their requirements too, because like Miss Tina said, they stopped doing ESD dogs. They do service dogs now. But guess what? You got to prove that your animal is a service dog. So they have a form and everything that you have to fill out, and some more information that you have to have in order to even transport the dog that you have as a service animal. Right. So this is just again some good information that we want to put out. Let me go ahead and get this link so I can make sure that I put it in the stream so people can have it. Miss Tina, while I'm doing that, you got any closing comments for everyone?
Just make sure that you are keeping everybody that if you're moving, especially with our expats and everything, if you are moving, make sure that your family knows that you are moving. Um, with the state.gov, you can register yourself on there to make sure that people know, even with the government, knowing where you are if something was to break out there, wherever you're going.
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, you guys, if you missed the beginning of this, please go to my YouTube channel. It's in the link tree in my bio on Facebook. If you're looking at this right now, because the first part was a little bit messed up, but the YouTube is straight from start to the end. So again, if you are just put in Ultimate Sky Travel, if you don't see the link in my bio, put it in and it will come up and you can see this from start to finish. So I want to thank you, Miss Tina, for coming in and sharing the great information with everyone. Again, if you know someone, tag them in this stream in the comments below. Tag them so they'll be aware of it as well. And with all things, you guys, that's my call to action to you. Tag someone, because what Sharon is caring, right? So tag someone in this in the comments that you know that can benefit that has a pet. If you want to know any additional information, get into my inbox, get into Miss Tina Adams' inbox. We are happy to share it with you. The cost is what? FREE. It's free, so why not? So, with that being said, ladies, gentlemen, Facebook friends, and family, we thank you so much. I'm sorry I cannot see who has joined in, but I truly, truly, truly want to thank each and everyone for your time, because I know that it's something that you cannot get back. And I truly want to bring value to you when we do Travel Tip Tuesdays. Okay. So we love you. There's nothing you can do but love us back. We want you to be safe. We want you to wash your hands. We want you to wear your mask. We want you to stay 6 feet apart out in those COVID streets and be great. Have a fantastic remaining evening. Get you some rest and have a phenomenal week. Stay blessed, y'all.
Love and blessings.